job, buddy. P1 right there.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the No Toad Racing League Gen 4 Series. Live tonight here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, one of the more historic tracks on the NASCAR schedule. Thankfully, they are going back to this configuration next season, the oval, what we're racing at here tonight. Before we can go any further, we have some unfortunate, sad news. One of our admins for the league, TJ Warren, unfortunately lost his father this last Saturday. So condolences, thoughts, and prayers going out to your family, TJ, if you're out there watching, man. Hopefully, we'll see you back here on track, out here on track soon, dude. I know losing family is never easy. Gary just recently came back from losing his mother. So, TJ, we're praying for you, man. We wish you and your family the best. But as we get ready to go green flag racing here, let's take a quick look at the point standing. 3 races and counting tonight left on the schedule. There's your point standings up on your screen. You see Benjamin Nelson still holding a 11-point lead over Johnny Brugg with the final 3 races coming. You got here at Gateway, not here at Gateway. Gateway's next week. You got here at Indy. You got Gateway next week, and then to round out your season, you have Homestead. So still 3 completely different style track layouts. They're all oval, but they're all completely different. We'll go ahead and pull up our standings right now. You see Nelson still leading the way in practice right now, and we'll actually go ahead and pull down Mr. Nelson, give him a talk, and see how these cars are handling here compared to other cars. I'm kind of intrigued. What is going on, Mr. Professor? You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, first and foremost, man, 11-point lead coming into these final 3 races. What is the one track you're most worried about?
You know, what are the next 3 races actually? I forgot.
You got here, then you got Gateway, and then Homestead.
It's got to be between here and Gateway. I'd say this one's the most worrisome for me because I don't know this track all that well, like in terms of experience racing here. So that's going to be the toughest part. Is just it's not as familiar to me.
Yeah, and talking about what's familiar to you, compared to other cars, how do these cars handle here with all that power you have being able to get planted on the exit of the corners?
I actually think it works to the favor of these cars because a lot of time you just end up being really tight here, and you can actually just use the throttle to rotate a little bit, which is nice. It's not something that a lot of other cars can do in the stock car world, so I like it. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, real quick for your qualifying, you say it's nice, but do you worry about tire wear on that right rear a little too much, using that right rear, using that throttle to rotate the car?
Oh yeah, it's gonna shred the right rear if you lean on that too much, but it's nice to be able to do it. You just have to control it. It's really all it is.
Sounds like you gotta find that sweet balance to where you use the car to rotate and you're not putting too much heat in the tire.
Yeah, well, this track there's no room for error, so you got to be on your game every single corner, otherwise you're gonna be in the wall.
All right, man. Good luck here tonight. As Johnny's down here. What's going on, Johnny?
How are you going to steal the professor from me when he's about to give me a lesson, man?
Well, now I got you down here, Johnny. I'm going to pull Benjamin back up, and I'll ask you some questions.
He was just about to give me some tips, man. You yanked him out. But all right, what's up?
All right, we'll drag Ben back up real quick. So I asked Ben, you're 11 points behind Ben coming into this race. You got here, Gateway, and Homestead left. What track are you looking forward to, and what track are you most worried about?
You said here, Gateway. What was the third
Homestead.
one? Homestead. That's the only track I'll probably do good at. Yeah, I think Ben has it locked up. He's class of the field. I mean, he's always class of the field, but he's on another level this season. So I just gotta, do the best I can and kind of hope things fall into my lap, but see if that happens.
Yeah, you think he's hard to beat now? Wait till he gets a direct drive.
I know.
All right, man. Good luck tonight.
All my days. All right, thank you.
All right, so we do got some cars out there on track qualifying. Let's actually go ahead and ride along with a couple of them. We'll go ahead and ride along here with Alex Chase. We're sitting second in qualifying. Let's see how these cars are handling for him. You'd already tell just right along his chase what Ben was talking about, using that car to rotate and find that sweet spot to let you use the throttle to rotate, but not to put too much heat and wear on that right rear tire. Really loose coming out of one right there. Oh, and he's going to lose it going into two. Saves it, though. I should get Ben off. Let's go right along here with Ben. Currently got Hollingsworth in that pole position, but I think once Ben gets out and he puts some laps down, Ben's going to be able to take over that pole. Oh shoot, let me hide the point standings. I forgot to hide those. 100 bucks if Nelson takes the pole. You're probably right. TM saying hi. What is up, TM? That's a good camera. Let's see what Ben can put down. He's coming out of turn 4 right here. Did he touch the wall right there? Alright, not a big fan of that camera. No, he did not. Nelson's a 51.94. The only driver to put a time in the 51-second range down so far. Alright, I'm back. I had a kid coming here crying. Had to comfort him. Oh, I think qualifying game done. It did. Alright, before we go over starting lineups, we'll go ahead and take a quick look at the race info here tonight. 2.5 mile track here at Indy. Very flat track, but also very high speed. All 4 corners are, for the most part, the same. The biggest difference are the long straightaways. The back and front stretch, and they got the 2 little small straightaways on the side. They don't carry as much speed, so you can enter 2 and 4 a little bit differently than 1 and 2, or 1 and 3, I should say. But track temp out there is a pretty warm, 101 degrees, 75 degrees outside, 50% humidity, a little bit of wind blowing. Might affect the handling a little bit on these cars as we go over our starting lineup here tonight. See Benjamin Nelson getting yet another pole position. Jimmy Crickets. Outside him, you have Garen Turner, row 2, Alex Chase, Jeff Hollingsworth, row 3, Tyler Merritt, Michael Nash. Row 4, you have the Williams crew, Mitchell and Danny Williams. That'll be row 4. Row 5, Charles Woods and Johnny Bruggs starting all the way back in P10. Going on to row 6, you have Gary Sargent and Paul Crumey. Row 7, Thomas Villano and Joshua Corner. And right off the field in row 8, you'll have Chris Walker and Jimmy Emos. So Johnny Bruggs going to have quite a bit of gap to make up here. The guys start rolling, I'll be right back and leave me a drink. You'll have to excuse me. I'm still kind of getting over that really bad cold I had a couple weeks ago. Not as bad as it was, but still coughing a little bit here and there. So, with 3 races left, it's going to come down to these last 3 races to crown a champion. 11 points is the gap between that 79 machine, who is starting on that pole position, and this number 1 machine. Last season's champion, he is going to have some races of a lifetime, and hope Nelson has some trouble in 1, maybe even 2 of the races to try to go back-to-back here this season. Shocker. And more than likely, these guys will split this race into 3s. Heard the field run is between 25 to 27 laps. So, if they can do it, you can pit a 25-50 and make it to the end. But the question is, can you make it to that 25th lap? Oh, my SDK just crashed. You son of a gun. Okay, we'll get SDK fixed when these guys get things fought out. Nelson, though, going to lead in the green here tonight. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 75 laps of race and 3 to go in this season. That's going to be a Mopar front row to go into turn 1. Early on, Nelson going to be able to clear the 15 of Hollingsworth. Meanwhile, toward 4th place, you have Alex Chase and the 38 of Tyler Merritt going at it. All over that back bumper. Here comes Michael Nash, who's been gone for, I think, 1 or 2 weeks, but he's finally back out here racing with these guys. Single file down this long back stretch. I remember hearing a thing. I think the back stretch and front stretch are like 3/4 of a mile each. Nelson still leading the way. Why he has a single file out? Go ahead and get the SDK back up and going. Just give me a second. I want to miss too much racing. Alright, there we go. Got SDK backing up and going. Only missed about half a lap. You see Nelson still leading the way. Garen Turner P2, Hollingsworth 3rd. 4th, Alex Chase, Tyler Merritt P3. Johnny Brugg already up 2 spots from where he started at, currently running in that 8th spot. Emos has scored a lap down. I don't think he wrecked. No, I guess he started from the pits or missed the start. But he scored a lap down and possible threat going 2 laps down here early on. Back up to the front we go. Everyone's really single filed out. Ooh, Alex Chase getting really loose there entering turn 3. Saw Alex Chase during qualifying actually loop it. Keeping on a 54 machine. Ooh, Tyler Merritt gets into that wall pretty good down the front stretch to say. Here comes Michael Nash to the inside. Yeah, Michael Nash. I'm going to say Kevin Nash again. Merritt able to hold him off pretty well in the outside lane. I think Nash might get it here as they exit turn 2. And he does. Oh, he had him clear. Got loose off the corner, though. So he'll allow Merritt to close that gap and stay to his outside to go down the long backstretch into turn 3. But Merritt, though, getting a little loose in corner entry, smacking the wall. And now he's about to lose another spot to the 50 of Charles Woods. You need to see a lot of guys really leaning on that right rear as they exit the corners. You kind of see the car kind of look like it's almost about to spin out. They exit the corners. Meanwhile, Nelson has increased his gap to about a half a second. Turner still running second. Let's actually ride on board here. Let's ride on board here with Hollingsworth. You have no idea how fast these guys are going too. You're getting up to above 200, almost 200 mile an hour plus going down the straightaways. Very high speed track here, Indy. Ooh, almost smacked the wall there. We have some action happening further on back. Tyler Merritt loses some positions. Oh no, he's still battling Charles Woods for that 7th or 6th position. And Johnny Berg has actually been able to close that gap. He was about twice the distance back last time we checked these guys. Back up towards the front. Hollingsworth got passed by Alex Chase. Let's see what happened here. The pass for 3rd. I think Alex Chase has got a really good run down the backstretch, and Hollingsworth just pulled to the inside. Interesting move there by the 97. Looks like Charles Woods finally able to get completely around Tyler Merritt, but now Tyler Merritt has the second point. The driver in second place in points behind him, and Johnny Brugg. And Johnny Brugg, he's gonna be a man on a mission, or as someone I know likes calling him Johnny Brugg. I don't know where you get Brugg from. Johnny looking to the inside of Merritt. Merritt looks like he kind of backed off the corner entry. Just let Johnny have it. Take a quick look at how everyone's doing on lap time. You see Nelson 53.02. Turner with a 53.07. And then you got all the way down to Woods as the next guy in that low 53 second range. Everybody else is towards the middle to high 53 second range. Actually, that last time by, Charles Woods did run the fastest lap out there on track. Charles Woods might be starting making up some ground. The question is he using too much of that right rear tire to get up to the front? We're only 10 laps in, but these guys have already fallen off about half a second. As we go back to Mr. Nelson in that 79 machine, coming up on lap traffic, the number 98, Jimmy Emos, who started from the pits. About to go a lap down here. Let's just go on board here with Ben and see how he's doing on a little bit older tires now. As Garen Turner, he's doing a really good job sticking with Ben here. 11 laps in, he's only fallen 6/10 off the gap as Hollingsworth is getting around Alex Chase. We'll go back and watch that here in a bit. But Garen Turner doing a really good job trying to manage that gap between him and Nelson. The key for Turner is when pit cycles start, I don't see us getting yellow, so they're going to have to pit twice. He is going to have to try to manage that gap coming on and off pit lane. That has been Nelson's probably biggest strength this season compared to everybody else. Is he has been so quick and so flawless getting on and off pit lane. He gains so much time there. Let's actually go back and watch that pass of third. Hollingsworth was able to make his way back around the 93 of Alex, or 54 of Alex Chase. Looks like kind of thing Hollingsworth did when Chase got by, kind of just like let him by there. A lot of give in this race too. Nelson though starting to grow that lead ever so slightly. They still got about 12 laps before we're going to see the first drivers come down pit lane for those fresh tires and full tank of fuel. There's the last time by. Still a couple guys still in that 53-second range. See the fastest time out there, 52.4. And yeah, so they're about a second off now from their time. Back here and check on Mr. Alex Chase as he's getting passed by the 60 of Michael Nash and possibly even the 50 of Charles Woods. Charles going to look to the inside, now he's going to look to the outside. Side by side they go into turn 3. Chase starting to fall back. maybe starting to struggle with that tire wear. Here comes Johnny Brugg on the charge as well. Michael Nash, he started in 6th. He's up 2 spots. Charles Woods, though, up 4. Johnny Brugg up 3. Chris Walker in 12th. He's up 3 as well. So, couple pretty good movers as well. I think people going the wrong way. Mary, he's down 3. Mitchell, Danny Williams, both down 2. Alex Chase down 2. About to go down 3 here if Johnny Brugg can get around him. Starting to see who took care of their tires here. Let's actually go on board here with Chase. We saw him struggle in qualifying, loop but riding on board. You can just tell he is fighting that car. Oh, and there it is! Alex Chase spinning out. No caution, though. No caution, and let's go back and get a bird's eye view of that. You could tell he was struggling, and then finally, coming out of the corner, just got on the gas a little too much there, couldn't correct it, and around he goes. At least our car's being so fragile, that little bit of contact gave him that nose damage he has. Alex Chase, who was running up there in the top 10, now all the way down to the last car on the lead lap in 15th. Probably this is about the only good battle we have out here on track is these 3 guys, and Michael Nash gets loose, come off a corner exit. Charles Woods the inside. Johnny Brugg gonna shoot the middle, and Brugg can get a 2-for-1 deal here, coming out of turn 2. All the way up the 4th goes to 1 machine. Nash falling all the way back to 7th or 6th. Let's actually go back and let's go on board here with Johnny, see what he saw here completing this pass. See, Johnny got a little loose too, but Nash got really loose. Johnny saw the opening, got the run, and he shot the gap. Johnny Brugg said, hey, it's been nice racing with you guys, but I don't got time to waste right here. Oh, and Nash getting loose again off the corner. What a save that was for Nash. Michael Nash is struggling, and that is surprising to say. Usually that 60 machine is one of the more dominant long-run cars we see out there week in and week out. Tonight he is just struggling. Merritt gets by him for 6. Look a couple spots back. How about this car? 16 of Mitchell Williams up here in the top 10, top 8 to be precise. 19 of 75, and he is running pretty strong out here tonight. Meanwhile, back up to the front. Going back to the 79 machine of Benjamin Nelson. Has gained about a 2-second lead on Garen Turner in that 15 machine. 4 seconds back to Hollingsworth. A whopping 8 seconds back to his closest championship contender, Johnny Brugg. He's got to keep going back to this battle here, though. It's the most exciting battle we got out here. Now you got Charles Woods, Tyler Merritt going at it. That is for 5th position. No, 4th. Wait, where did Brugg go? What happened to Brugg? Oh, Brugg had issues. I missed this. Ooh. That's quite a bit of damage on that one machine. So Johnny Brugg was running up there in the top 4. Just got on the gas a little too soon, and around he went. That's why I originally thought this was a battle for 5th. I thought Brugg was in 4th. A 22.75 complete. Should start seeing pit stops here within the next 3 to 4 laps. I don't think it'll be smart to come early. You come early, you're really pushing and making it all the way on fuel. We'll go to someone we haven't talked about here tonight. Boss man himself, Gary Sargent. He has quietly made his way just outside the top 10 in 11th spot. You see the 748 of Mr. Walker just in front of him in a really cool looking Red Bull racing machine. I want to say that's the paint scheme Casey Kane was running back when he was running the 4 machine. Yeah, I think it was the old Casey Kane scheme. Alex Chase coming to pit lane a little early. Oh, it looks like he had some more issues, though. I don't think that's from his contact earlier. I think that's new damage. Gary Sargent actually, he just made his way around Chris Walker for 10th. Oh, Chris is coming to pit lane too, actually. Well, some people coming a little bit early. I'm kind of curious if they can make it on just one more stop from here. So far, no other takers coming to pit lane yet. As we go back to this battle back here, this is around the top 5. As I say that Woods, Merritt, Nash, they're all coming on pit lane this time by. That's right on that 25 lap mark I was talking about. Let's see what Brugg does here. Brugg. That was probably the wildest pit lane entrance I've ever seen. I don't think he was originally wanting to come. Watch this entry by Brugg. He gets loose right here. Oh no, this is how weird. Oh, did he get slowed down in time? He did. What? Tires are going on. Yeah, he got slowed down time. That's insane. He Turner, Hollingsworth, Williams. They all came down this time by. Nelson, Crumey, the Sarge. Let's see what he does this time. Yep, Gary Sargent staying out. And possibly the 69 corner as well. Yes. Pretty sure Nelson should be coming in this time by. He is. Here comes Ben Nelson to pit lane. Paul Creamy chooses to stay out. I love that old white good wrench scheme. Oh, here comes Paul Creamy. Let's see what Gary Sargent does. Gary's coming in. And this is a wild pit lane. A lot of people are getting really loose on their brake and coming to pit lane. So Nelson will be your leader. No! Garen Turner's going to get the lead here. I don't think Nelson gives the speed in time. Oh, it's going to be close. And Garen knows it. Look at him pushing that car. Garen Turner came to pit lane 3 seconds behind Nelson. He's going 183. What's Nelson doing? 192. Nelson's going a little bit slower, but he's going to be able to hold the lead off going into turn 3. Garen Turner made up all sorts of time under pit cycle there. I think he only pitted a lap before. No, Garen pit 2 laps before, I think. Joshua Corner, he's still out there. There's no way he's gonna one-stop this race. Right? I mean, even if he was going to. Here comes Ben and Turner right here. Turner got the run off the corner. He'd be able to clear Nelson going down the front stretch. Garen Turner to the lead. Trying to see what the still length difference is between. Oh, I'm dumb. I can see it in the yellow. I'm over here trying to watch it in the blue. But yeah, Turner came in 1 lap before Nelson, and when he came in, I want to say Turner was almost 2.5 seconds behind Nelson. Made up all that time and then some. But Garen Turner has a tough task because I hate to say it, but I have never seen someone drive away from Nelson, and Nelson is just going to pressure and pressure and pressure him until he makes a mistake. Or until his tires just get worn out. Oh, we got smoked. 54 of Alex Chase right in front of the leaders. Oh, I thought that was going to be bad. was like, oh, we got smoke. Let's go see what happened here, Alex James. Lock it down, lock it down. Oh, that was almost bad for Joshua Corner. See, Alex, he's just pushing it too much. That right there was overdriving on entry. Whee! Round he goes. I mean, question is, do you come to pit lane? If the Dito, speak, they have 4 extra set of tires. That's risky. I wouldn't be surprised if people stay out, but I think coming in right here is a good call. And they are. Another question is someone going to take 2 for track position? And here's the plus side for this. Johnny Brugg probably happy this caution came out because he can get all that damage fixed on that car and still have his fastest pair left. Get some nose damage there, and he has some rear damage. So Johnny Brugg does have quite a bit of damage on that number 1 machine. Get a better look at it. So he can be able to... I just realized what his damn paint scheme is. That's awesome, Johnny. No shade November. But, yeah, he can be able to get all the damage fixed. I wonder what... Let's go... The Garen's getting both. Nelson's getting both. And, yep, Garen's going to beat Nelson off pit lane. But here's the kicker. Here is the wrench in the game plan. Thomas Vallon with 55. In and out Bird Machine. He stayed out. How old are his tires? I mean, they're only 6 laps old, but who knows? I have been wrong before in a pit strategy, so I will just see what happens in the race and then judge it after it happens. Alrighty. 2 by 2 they line up. Volano gonna lead us to green here. Gonna go by green with 41 laps to go. Still a 1 pit stop race. The question is, do you run it dry? Do you split it in half? On someone like Garen Turner, Nelson, Merritt, you gotta split it in half. If I'm someone outside, I would say really outside the top 5, I would run and try and hope for a caution. But Pacer is going to pull off here. Thomas Villano in that 55 machine leads the green. Garen Turner to his outside. Merritt Nelson, row 2 and run out your top 6, row 3, Hollingsworth and Woods. Villano, though, not getting a good launch. Just going to hold up the 79 and Nelson. Nelson going to try to push the issue into turn 1, but he can't get clear. Nelson going to fall all the way back to 5th, maybe 6th place. Hollingsworth to his outside. Oh, we got a caution behind him. Big wreck. They're still wrecking. Charles Woods, Johnny Brugg involved. Cautions breed cautions. Let's see what happened here. It looks like 748. How in the world did he get turned left? 748 gets loose, comes down. Oh, he corrected it. Oh, it's going to be a hard impact for the 50. Not too bad, actually. Where did Brugg get involved? Is that Brugg got involved? Oh! Oh! I actually want him right on board here. I don't think Johnny knew he was coming up. See him right in front of him. Johnny does a great job checking up. Oh, yeah, he tried turning right so late. Oh my gosh. If anyone else was involved, I think it was just those guys. I think Gary might have got a small piece of this, maybe. He got a pretty good look on that one. And the kicker is, I mean, I think Woods would have been fine. Take a look at his damage. There it is. There he goes hitting the wall. I mean, yeah, that's what killed him. Now, the plus side is, I didn't see anyone have to tow. I think they all made it to pit lane. Villano's smoking like nothing. Or Woods is, I mean. Oh, he's still out there. Well, shoot. Yeah, and that restart really kind of put a big wrench in Nelson's plans as he got knocked all the way back to 5th on that restart. Let's actually go back to the green flag. Let's go on board here with Ben. Yeah, he just really couldn't get going. And Hollingsworth able to clear him for the yellow flag comes out. Go back to the green flag. Let's actually go on board here with Villano. Yeah, and here Villano really struggling to plant that power. He didn't want to slam on the gas and spin out. And that's what really allowed Garen and Merritt to both clear him before they even got into turn 1. A great restart there by those two on the outside line. Tough break for Nelson as he's going to have a lot of work to do here in these closing 30 plus laps if he wants to get his 7th win of the season. Won't be like his his multiple races in a row streak or something like that, because Loxton broke that up last week, getting his first career NTRL victory at Nashville Fairgrounds, and probably one of the more exciting short track races I have witnessed on iRacing. But Loxton able to get that job done, and maybe one of these days I'll figure out how to get replays and clips put together for a quick YouTube refresher video before a race starts. Maybe one of these days I'll figure it out. But this time, it's going to be Merritt and Turner leading us to green. Olano, Hollingsworth, row 2. And round out your top 3 rows, you'll have Williams, Mitchell Williams, and Benjamin Nelson, row 3. Okay, so we're going to pull off. Darren getting on that loud pedal, getting a great launch. Hollingsworth getting a good launch as well as Mitchell Williams. Mitchell Williams might be able to clear the 55. And he is. That's going to knock Nelson all the way back to 6. There's anyone that can come back from this predicament, it is that 79 machine. Nelson sees 784 getting into the wall, going down the backstretch. Everyone have to get around him. In the meantime, Nelson looking the inside of Volano. Going down the backstretch into turn 3. Nelson back into the top 5. A little bit further, you got Nash just clearing Paul Groomy off the exit of 3. Michael Nash back into P7. But in the meantime, it is all the 15 Mopar racing machine of Garen Turner leading the way, looking for his first victory here in the Gen 4 series. Garen has to be smart here. Benton has to pass 3 other cars before he gets to you. Don't wear out your tires too much. Try to get some sort of advantage on that 79 machine. So when pit stops start, you can go when you want to, not when Nelson forces you to. And the one bad break for Brugg is Nelson's finally having a bad race. Or in a bad predicament. And he's back out here struggling in P9 trying to get around the 50 of Charles Woods. But I don't think Nelson's having a bad race for too long. I say give him 10 laps. If that, and he'll be in second. I mean, he's already made his way around Mitchell Williams. That's one of the 3. Johnny Brugg, he's able to get around Charles Woods for 8th. Ooh, excuse me. Garen Turner, though, he's starting to build a pretty good gap on Tyler Merritt, up to a 1.2 second gap now. Merritt and Hollingsworth. Bumper to bumper, and Nelson slowly but surely closing that gap to these two. You can't waste too much time battling it out. If you got the professor behind you, here comes Hollingsworth, possibly looking to the inside, going down the long front stretch, going into turn one. Hollingsworth to the inside, Merritt to the outside. Oh, I thought they were about to kill. I really thought they were about to touch right there. Still going at it. Nelson thought about going 3 wide. Decided not to. Now he does. Nelson 3 wide to the inside. Going down the front stretch into turn 3. Door to door they go. Nelson gets his 2-for-1 deal. We saw Brugg do that earlier in the race. Nelson did it there. Went from 4th to 2nd, and now he has nothing but that 15 in front of him. Let's actually, I want to go back and watch that from Nelson's point of view. See what he saw coming out of the corner. Let's ride on board here with Benjamin Nelson. You gotta know, he's probably looking right. He's probably looking to the right, going to the backstretch. Can I clear him? Can I clear him? Can I clear him? So in about 6 laps, we will be in the fuel window to where you can pit and make it to the end. Just wondering who's going to short pit, who's going to split it in half, and who's going to run it dry. And Nelson's really starting to make up ground. Oops. Yeah, 3/10 that last lap for Nelson. I'm almost wondering if Turner had a slip up that last lap because he had to lose. I mean, he's gonna lose some time this lap, but it's nowhere near 3/10 that he lost. 3.5 as a matter of fact, that he lost last time by. Yeah, see, he only lost 0.5 there. Garen Turner must have had a huge slip up 2 laps ago. And Mitchell, I just noticed this. Mitchell Williams having an outstanding night here. 30 to go. This time by that 16 machine running in P5. Really good night here for that 16. Johnny Brugg, unfortunately, still has not rebounded from that wreck. He's still running in that 8th position. Goodness gracious. Cannot get over this cough. I mean, if Garen Turner can get the pit stop he got last time, he might set himself up in a pretty good spot for a win. You gotta remember. What? Okay. You gotta remember, last time we had a green flag pit stop, Garen Turner made up 2 seconds behind Nelson. He might pit right behind Nelson or possibly in front of him. If they pit on the same lap. Or if they don't pit on the same lap, I should say. Because when you're coming to pit lane with someone, whoa, 98 at Jimmy Emos, all mowing the lawn and all sorts of stuff going down that backstretch. But when you're coming with someone to pit lane, at least for me, when I'm following someone to pit lane, I'm less likely to overshoot it or undershoot it because I'm chasing someone I'm following what they're doing. When I'm pitting by myself, I'm more aggressive. Meantime, Johnny Brugg able to get around Paul Kroon for that 7th spot, but he's still 6 seconds back from the leader. Oh, Nelson now has to compete with Emos. Oh, not the place you want to catch a lap car. But here we are, lap 50 this time by. We're in the official fuel window. As I say that, here comes Tyler Merritt to pit lane this time by. Tyler Merritt will be the first taker down pit lane. Who follows? See at the bottom of your screen while pit stops are going on. Nelson, 5 laps in a row, quicker than Garen Turner. But just like before, Garen Turner doing a really good job managing this gap. Nelson is catching him, but not as fast as we used to seeing Nelson catch someone. So Garen Turner is doing a really good job keeping the professor at bay. We got any takers this time by? No. And the kicker with Indy being as big as it is, if you're not like too far behind leaders, like because Merritt was right there, Merritt came to pit lane, and there he is. You see leaders on your screen coming out of turn 2. Merritt's gonna stay on the lead lap, so if we do see a caution here, Merritt don't have to come back down to pit lane if you don't have to. Or Merritt does not have to go to pit lane if you don't want to, and he can assume the lead. There we go. 25 to go this time by the way. Nelson's really starting to close that gap. See the 15 that Garen does. Garen stays out. Nelson stays out. Everybody's still staying out. 25 to go. We're in that fuel window. No takers down pit lane yet. Johnny Brugg, in the meantime, he's made his way up to 6. If I'm Johnny, man, I would think if you're Johnny Brugg, you need to make a point. You got to short pit here. You can't come to pit lane when Nelson does. Unless he's trying to play the opposite way. Unless he's trying to stay out and hope for a caution. Which he might be. I know I said his name a lot in the top 3, but I am really impressed. Man, there have been some really impressive runs here tonight. I mean, you look at the top 5: Garen Turner, Nelson, and then Hollingsworth who has been running top 5 really all season long, hasn't quite got that podium finish position. And Mitchell Williams running P4. Now, granted, Mitchell did move up a spot when Merritt came to pit lane. But he's still running P4. As the battle for this lead is about to start getting really good here. Garen Turner blocking Nelson all the way down the backstretch, forcing him to pass on the outside. If I'm Garen, you got him to the outside. He can't come to pit lane. You got to pit this time. You got to pit this time if you're Garen Turner. No, he's staying out. Interesting call for the 15, but Benjamin Nelson back to the lead. But Garen Turner still has that inside line. Oh, they almost touched going into turn 1. Still side by side. Oh, Turner gets loose off of turn 1. So weird, 4 separate turns. Still no taker down pit lane. This is interesting. Actually, know what I'm thinking. Hold on a second. A little slow. Okay, they're about the halfway mark now. Now we start seeing some takers down pit lane. We're in the fuel window a couple laps ago, but now we're getting to the point to where we're halfway on this fuel run. So far, though, the only taker down pit lane is Tyler Merritt. And you gotta wonder, did Tyler pit too soon? I mean, he's gaining an advantage now on the fresher tires. I don't know. The longer Merritt and them stay out, or not Merritt, Ben and Garen stay out, the more beneficial it is for Merritt. As I say that, here comes Garen Turner this time by. Well, it's Hollingsworth coming in. Mitchell Williams coming in. Michael Nash coming in. Johnny Brugg choosing to stay out. Interesting call there for the 1. Paul Crewey staying out as well. Woods coming in. The other Williams coming in. Danny Williams coming in. And here comes the 55, who restarted this race in pole a couple restarts ago, has fallen back all the way to 11th with a lot of right side damage on that car. Alright, if you're Nelson, how long do you stay out for? You saw Garen Turner make up 2 seconds last time we had green flag pit stops. And I'll be honest, if Garen Turner makes it that time again, and here comes Nelson. If Nelson stays out and Garen Turner makes it that time again, I don't think Nelson has enough laps to close. But Johnny Brugg actually going to stay out. I think Johnny Brugg's trying to lead a lap. I believe leading a lap is a bonus point. I think. I may be wrong. So Nelson's in pit lane. Here's Tyler Merritt. Tyler Merritt's actually in front of Turner, too. 4 seconds in front of Turner. Nelson's coming out. Yeah, I think Garen might actually be able to get the edge on Nelson here. No, no. No, Nelson's still able to stay ahead of Garen Turner. Merritt's in front of these two, but I think Merritt short pitted too much. And I would imagine he's going to close the gap pretty. Actually, as a matter of fact, Nelson actually gained time on that pit stop. The Sarge coming to pit lane this time by. There's no way Johnny Bragg makes that feel right. No shot. Wow. Nelson 1.1 seconds faster. And that's what I'm talking about, pitting too early. He can't really contest with them. Oh no, did Mitchell Williams get a penalty? Mitchell Williams, where is he at? He's the 13th. I'll have to wait for the this last pit cycle numbers to come up. So I'll check in a couple laps. I think he did. Johnny Brugg finally bringing that number 1 sheet into pit lane. Wait, what did happen to Williams? Okay, so let's see what happened here to Williams. He had to come down pit lane twice. I think he was speeding. Pit lane 60. Oh, maybe not. It had to have been a speeding penalty. He came back in. I don't know. That was a pretty quick penalty. Huh. Anyways. Nelson up to a 1.2 second gap. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure what happened to Mitchell. He forgot fuel. No shot. Oh my god. No, he did not. Oh, Mitchell. Oh. I'm laughing, and I know it's not nice, but. So since that's brought up, let's tell a funny story. Since I want to laugh at Mitchell. So, um, when I joined this other league, I was saying I had a dude crew chief for me named Manny, and we were racing. We were under caution, came to pit lane, and we started racing again. And I had to come to pit lane for fuel. And I'm like, dude, how are these guys making it? Well, come to find out, when you have a crew chief, and they're adjusting your fuel and stuff for you. And when they hit the space bar, they might have fixed it. I don't know if they did. I don't trust it anymore. But when they hit the space bar, it checks and unchecks your fuel. So I knew that was a thing, and I was spotting my buddy Justin about a month later at Charlotte. Out there dominating the race. He comes to pit lane, and I hit space bar to watch what he's doing. And I had him pit when he had no laps of fuel left. He comes out of pit lane and runs out of gas on the backstretch. And the worst part is, this was the first time I ever spotted a crew chief for him. I felt so bad. Cost him the win and everything. Bruggs made a nice rebound. Then he goes, stand by. Then he goes, stand by. Bruggs might be able to maybe get a top 5 out of this day. That's hilarious. Oh, we got caution. That changes everything. For what, though? I want to say it's for Chris. The only thing I'm seeing pop up on SDK. I think it is. Oh! There's no shot that's the caution. Oh my lord, I think it is. That's wild. Oops. Because he's all the way down there. Wow, yeah, that's a caution. That's insane, dude. This changes everything. That is wild. Corner you're watching, is that really the reason they Brugg stayed out? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Because it did not work well at all for Bolano when he stayed out. I mean, come on, Johnny, you at least gotta come to pit lane and take two. Alrighty, so it's going to be 6 to go when we get the green flag. Brugg is going to lead the green. Nelson on that outside. Turner, Hollingsworth, row 3. Round out those top 3 rows, you have Merritt and Nash. You gotta think there got to be another caution. 6 to go. Everyone's going to be pushing these cars to the edge. Pacer going to pull off. Brugg can lead him to green here. 6 to go. Great launch there by Johnny. Garrett Turner does not get a good launch. That's going to allow Benjamin Nelson to fill in that gap. Oh, wrong number 9 machine. Turner and Hollingsworth side by side. Here comes Nelson. Going to be looking to the inside, going down the backstretch of... Oh, that's not the backstretch quite yet. Now here comes Nelson, going to be looking to the inside of Brugg on the backstretch. Hollingsworth getting a little bit loose. No, Turner getting a little loose. Johnny Brugg going to have to try to defend on that outside line. Here comes Nelson to the inside of Brugg. Nelson sliding up in front of Johnny. Now here comes Garrett Turner. He's going to slide in front of Johnny. Meantime, I think they're 3 wide back there. Ah. Oh, they're 2 wide. They might have been 3 wide a little bit ago. Now they're 3 wide. Oh, I thought they were about to make contact. Merritt was gonna look to the inside. I think Merritt was gonna look to the inside, but door got shut pretty quickly there. More to go this time by. Nelson still out leading the way. Hollingsworth trying to chase down Brugg for a podium finish. Meanwhile, even further back, Merritt and Nash battling out for a top 5. Here comes Tyler Merritt to the inside of Michael Nash. This is your battle for 5th. Nash into the wall. Merritt can be able to advance his position. Now here comes Hollingsworth on the Brugg. Coming out of turn 4. 3 to go this time by. Johnny Brugg just slips up there a little bit on the entry of 2. Not going to allow Hollingsworth to get to his inside. They go down the backstretch. Hollingsworth all the way down the grass, still door to door. As they enter turn 3, Hollingsworth with the advantage. Hollingsworth into P3. Meanwhile, all this action's going on back here for the top 3. The top 2 started driving away from the field. Nelson with a half a second gap as he collects the cross sticks. 2 to go this time by. Nelson's going to come out of turn 4. He's going to get that white flag. 3/10 is the gap. Does Turner have anything left for Nelson? Turner's going to have to try to drive as deep as he can. Hope for a good drive off corner entrance. He's gaining a little bit here. Losing a lot of entry on 2. He's going to try to get a little bit of momentum as he exits the corner. A little bit higher of an exit. I just don't think he has it. 4/10 is the gap. Going into turn 3. 3-9 going into turn 3. Benjamin Nelson going to collect his 7th win of the season and make that drive towards the championship. Have a little bit more padding as we go to Gateway next week. Benjamin Nelson wins here at Indy in the Gen 4 ARCA Series. Garrett Turner P2 and Jeff Hollingsworth P3. Tyler Merritt, outstanding race. He'll come across 4th. Michael Nash 5th and Johnny Brugg 6th. Williams said overcome, they forgot fuel. Awesome. Oh, that is awesome. Be nice, Michael. Just because you didn't win. How in the hell do you forget fuel, though? Like, who injects fuel? I can't wait to give Williams a hard time about that. Get out and kiss the bricks, Nelson. Kiss the bricks. Alrighty, we'll wait a minute or so more, see if Hollingsworth hops in chat. Alright, there it is. We got all of them in here. Let's go ahead and pull up our third place finisher, Mr. Jeff Hollingsworth. What is going on?
Hey, how you doing there, Isaac?
What is going on, dude? I think this is the first time I've talked to you after a race. I might be wrong, though. My memory is
Oh.
horrible.
It's first time. I had one other podium finish a couple weeks ago, but the second one I've had, so first time.
You had the podium finish the week I had to miss because I got the nasty bug. Alright, man. Well, since this is your first time since I've been broadcasting, congratulations on finally getting up here. I know you've been running really well, really all season long. Good amount of top 5s, good amount of top 10s. Finally got yourself a podium finish here tonight. Running in the top 3, I really think most of the race, but man, those two in front of you were just something else. They pulled away when that green flag flew. Man, talk through this race.
Oh yeah, there wasn't the race was for third and back. Those two up front were gone. I don't know how they do what they do, but I feel good for being 55 years old and wheeling with them. So it was a good race for me. A little loose. I like it. I love this track, so it was a lot of fun. Surprised we didn't have more people though.
Yeah, it looks like this car actually handled a lot better than I thought it would here. I thought with a low downforce it would be a struggle. But surprisingly, very few incident points. So
Yeah.
kind of makes
Yeah,
you want to wish I was
a
racing.
couple cautions, man. Yeah, it was a good race, man. A lot of fun. I had fun racing Tyler there for a little bit. Alex, man, he was fast, but just I guess couldn't keep it under him very long. So, but yeah, it was a good race. So shout out to my boy Charlie, Paul, Dan, Chris, and Freddie, who's on the box for us all the time. Old guys rule. That's our little group. We've been racing together for years.
All
But I
right,
appreciate you. Look forward to checking this broadcast out, man.
all right, man. Congrats on your podium finish here tonight, and good luck next week as we go to Gateway.
Thanks a lot, man. Congrats to Benjamin, another win, and good job to Garen for wheeling with him. And you have a good rest of your week, Isaac.
All right, you too, man. All right, next let's pull in our second place finisher. Man, it was a Mopar show. Oh, I didn't film up. There we go. What's going on, Garen? It keeps dragging them down. Why? Hello? Mm. Hmm. Hello? You there, Garen? Alrighty, we'll pull up Mr. You got a copy, Ben?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Garen's mic.
I don't know. It keeps dragging them out. Anyways, man, what a race you guys put on here tonight. Wasn't an easy win for you by all means. You had a little bit of struggle there midway through the race. Had that restart behind the 55, I think it was. Knocked you all the way back to 6th. Had to make your way up. what did you do differently on that second pit stop for green flag than you did the first? Because you actually gained time on the second green flag pit stop.
Well, the first stop I like slid through my bots like 16th of an inch or something, so that didn't help. I lost probably a half a second to a second doing that, but the second time I just got in aggressively and didn't make a mistake. So I don't know what else I did, but that's what I did.
All I know is the first green flag pit stop, Garen gained 2 seconds on you. Granted, he came in a lap before you, but the second time you actually gained time on him. So I was wondering what you did differently there.
I didn't really do much differently except I didn't slide through. So, but it was such a small slide through that I don't know if that really, maybe a second. You know, there's some of it came from that, but I don't know about all of it.
Well, like I said, you had to make your way back up from 6, back up to first on that long green flag run. The caution came out. Really weird caution because the car was way off the track. But you still got to win your 7th of the season. Kind of added a little bit more padding to that lead you have as we go into the final 2 races at Homestead and Gateway.
Yeah, more padding's never a bad thing. It's just trying to finish out the season with as good a finish as I can. But I liked that battle we had, Garen and I, the side by side battle. It's pretty hard to do that at Indy, so I like that. It was fun.
Yeah, and there was another move. I almost want to call it the move of the race because you were coming out of turn 2. You actually got loose, but I guess you got a run compared to the other 2 guys in front of you. You shot it 3 wide. At what point were you like, I'm just going for this? If we go 3 wide and we wreck, we wreck.
I as soon as I got next to them, I was like, "Yep, we're doing it." Yeah, because I figured I had a little bit of right front in the bank, so I was making sure that, like, I knew that from the other runs, so I could crank on it more than I was, and I did that time, and I used it to get by them, so that worked. And I did the same thing when I got on the outside of Garen. I just used that little bit of right front I had and got around him.
All right, man. Well, congrats on your 7th win of the season as we look towards these last 2 races. It's going to be pretty hard for Johnny to catch up to you. So maybe just don't show up next week and give him a little bit of shot going into Homestead.
I don't know about that, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, man. Congrats on your win and good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, let's give Garen one more try. Garen, you got a copy now? No, Garen is having some mic issues. So we will end it on that. Benjamin Nelson collecting yet another victory here in the No Toad Racing League Gen 4 Series. 7th on the season. So, going into next week at Gateway, Johnny Brugg is going to have even more of a task ahead of him to catch Ben if he wants that back-to-back title. But we thank you all for tuning in. And once again, TJ, if you're out there, man, you are definitely in our thoughts and prayers, dude. Hope to see you back out here soon. But take your time coming back out here. But in the meantime, we will catch you all next week at Gateway, Worldwide, Technology, whatever you want to call it. Darlington style track, a little bit flatter. Probably going to be shifting. It's going to be interesting. And I can't wait to see what kind of shows you guys can put on. Well, we'll catch y'all next time. And y'all have a safe